This week has been a crash course in photography and how aspects of science find their way into the arts. We made one-of-a-kind prints using various processes, including cyanotypes and lumen prints. We also learned how to shoot in manual mode on a DSLR camera, which is very interesting because you got to control all of the settings yourself and decide what the picture looked like on your own and not having to rely on sensors and computers to do that. We also learned how to edit images in Pixlr to make film-inspired vintage looks.
So we took the special darkroom paper and then put items on it and let it sit in the sun, and then expose the image onto the paper, and then we dipped it into a chemical called the Pixlr, which let the image stay permanent.
We dipped our papers in chemical, then we got our objects and put them on top of the paper so the print of our objects could go onto the paper. Then we laid them out in the sun with glass on top of them to keep them from overheating and messing the color up. And then we run them back inside, dip them in water, put them in hydrogen peroxide, and put them back in water. And then we hung them up for them to dry.
We made a handheld camera obscura in class this week, and a camera obscura means a dark room. We took and we made a pinhole in the bottom of a Pringles can, and when we raised it up to the sun, it reflected an upside down image of what was outside the Pringles can.
One of the things we did in class was light painting. So we basically turned off all the lights and set up a camera with a long exposure. And we had little finger lights and flashlights, and we waved them around in the air and drew stuff and waved them around people, and it created a trail of light in the finished photo.
Multiplicity is where you make a picture with multiple of the same person in multiple spots in the same image. We learned how to use layer masking in Pixlr to put our images together.
My topic was the double exposure. So basically what you do is you put two photos together and you mix them with transparency, and then they both show up together.
This week we use Pixlr to edit photos, to give them different film kind of qualities. They were more noisy, some of them looked more vintage.
My topic is the Pinhole Camera. We just cut out little squares from aluminum cans and we put a hole in there, taped it on our phones, and it became a really, really cool effect. It's called the vignette, and the photos that came out were pretty nice too.
Well, I liked that everything was so close. I could just walk downstairs to get breakfast, or I could walk up, pick up my friends, and just walk to class.
I liked how I was able to meet a lot of new people.
What I liked about GoSciTech was making new friends and walking around the campus.
What I like about GoSciTech is that the teachers love what they're teaching, which makes the class very interesting.
I like how we got to live with our peers, at least for a little while, and we got to make friends outside of the people who were in our own classes, and through that learn more about the other courses other people were taking.
I like just being here and making new friends and learning more about photography.
My favorite thing about GoSciTech was that everybody else liked to learn, and it was really easy to make friends because there were lots of like-minded people.
And one of my favorite things about GoSciTech is when I met a lot of new people And for breaks and after lunch and stuff, we got to go play volleyball or go to the sack.
I like the teachers, also the kids. The kids were like really all nice. The teachers are also really nice, but Ms. Nixon teaches photography really well. The first class, I was, really photography, but she made everything really fun. I enjoyed it.
I think my favorite thing was when we went out and did a scavenger hunt. We went all around the campus and took pictures of things.
My favorite thing that we did in class was taking our own pictures that we took and we edited them on Pixlr.
My favorite thing was lumen prints.
I really liked the lumen prints.
My favorite thing we did in class was learn how to edit using Pixlr. It was really cool learning how to change an image yourself and not have to rely on somebody else or just see things like that through the internet.
My favorite thing was the pinholes. I like doing that.
My favorite thing we did in class was when we were able to leave the classroom and take our cameras and just kind of experiment with different settings and controls, different functions on the camera. I thought it was a really great way to just kind of learn more about photography.
One of my favorite things that we did in class was the sand camera types. I think that's how you say it.
I liked the light photography. We made an entire room dark and then we got these flashlights and it was so fun. Drawing with light is really fantastic. Though it took a couple tries to get it right, in the end the results were like phenomenal.